Is this a bold move for justice or a carefully timed political maneuver? Welcome to another episode of Ang Campanero, Tinig ng Katotohanan, Tunog ng Kasaysayan. Today, we dive deep into a fast-developing controversy involving high-ranking government officials and a rapidly moving case filed before the office of the Ombudsman. Senator Imee Marcos, chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, recently spearheaded a series of investigative hearings, not on the mere possibility of an arrest, but in direct response to the actual arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte and the manner in which he was handed over to the International Criminal Court. The hearings were triggered by growing concern over how the arrest unfolded and whether Philippine authorities had cooperated with international entities in a way that bypassed proper legal channels or undermined national sovereignty. Marcos focused on the circumstances surrounding Duterte's apprehension, the origin and handling of the complaint, and the actions of government agencies that may have facilitated his transfer to the ICC. Officials from the Department of Justice, the Philippine National Police, and the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group were summoned to testify, as the committee examined what coordination, if any, took place with The Hague, and whether Philippine protocols were followed or ignored. Soon after the hearings concluded, Senator Marcos filed formal complaints with the Office of the Ombudsman, alleging administrative and potentially criminal lapses tied to the Duterte handover. The Ombudsman's response was swift, catching many by surprise and immediately sparking backlash from several top officials. Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remula reacted with disbelief, stating, "I'm puzzled by the Ombudsman's haste. Nonetheless, I'm prepared to respond to the allegations. The truth and justice must prevail." PNP Chief Police General Rommel Francisco Marbil echoed the sentiment, saying, "I intend to submit a counter-affidavit as instructed. I respect the process and will face this with professionalism." Police Major General Nicanor Torre, Chief of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, said he had no prior knowledge of any wrongdoing. "I was surprised by the filing, but I am ready to face the charges. I stand by the integrity of our work." From Malacanang, Press Undersecretary Claire Castro issued a general statement, though not as part of the Senate investigation, reaffirming the government's position. The government remains committed to the rule of law and due process. We trust that the truth will emerge through the proper channels, but this growing controversy takes on a deeper political tone when placed in a broader context. Ombudsman Samuel Martirez is scheduled to retire in July 2025, just 2 months after the next national elections. This timeline has fueled speculation that the flurry of legal action may be intended to ensure the cases are handled during his tenure, rather than by a potentially less favorable successor. And politically, the spotlight on Senator Marcos is intensifying. With her expected bid for re-election in May 2025, her leadership in this high-profile probe and the subsequent legal moves have placed her at the center of national attention. Supporters see her as defending Philippine sovereignty and institutional accountability. Critics, however, view the hearings and complaints as a calculated maneuver to solidify her image ahead of the elections. Regardless of the interpretation, one thing is undeniable. This case has shaken the political landscape and reignited national debate about justice, power, and timing. So, is this a genuine pursuit of accountability or a masterstroke of political strategy? We'll continue tracking every twist and turn of this story. You've been watching Ang Campanero, Tinig ng Katotohanan, Tunog ng Kasaysayan. Thank you for joining us. If you value fearless journalism that seeks the truth behind power, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're here to tell the story as it is.